How did they do that? So Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is a sequel to 2018 Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. In the event of Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, without giving too much away, because let me tell you guys right now, if I were to say any more I'm about to say, there would be a huge risk of spoiling one of the many great things that are hidden in this movie. So for your guys' sake, I'm going to give you guys a very, very vague description of the plot, so I do apologize, but believe me when I say this, guys, the less you know, the better off you'll be when it comes to Across the Spider-Verse. In the events of Across the Spider-Verse, we once again follow Miles Morales as he's struggling to balance being Spider-Man with, his personal life. There's a brand new villain, and Miles Morales comes into contact with even more spider people. Alrighty guys, so let's get into Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Excellent!
This was my most anticipated movie of 2023. I mean, to say I've been looking forward to this movie is kind of an understatement, because if you guys have been following me since 2018, you will all know that Into the Spider-Verse was my favorite film of that year. It's one of my favorite films of the 2010s decade, and it has since become one of my favorite movies of all time. And y'all can probably imagine how high my excitement skyrocketed when I heard that there was going to be Across the Spider-Verse come out, and even more so, Beyond the Spider-Verse. Walking into my showing of Across the Spider-Verse, I tried to dampen my expectations walking this movie, because here's the thing. Into the Spider-Verse struck that light into the bottle so hard that if Across the Spider-Verse wasn't as good, that was going to be okay, because I just walked into this movie wanting a great Spider-Man film. Hopping into the Spider-Verse would be such a tall order that it wasn't even funny, even though my expectations were sky high for this movie. Walking out of my showing of Across the Spider-Verse, to say that my brain was blown into a billion pieces is an understatement, because, man, to this day, I cannot form the right sentence of how much I loved this movie. While I definitely need to rewatch this movie, walking out of this movie, and as I'm filming this review right now, my feelings have stayed the same. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is a stunning and a spectacular achievement. I don't know how they pull this movie off. I mean, holy crap! Getting into the first thing, and this is the most obvious thing I have to talk about first, the animation. The animation in Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, I can't put into a single word or a single sentence how stunning the animation is. So I'm just going to use the words I can come up with right now at the top of my head. The animation in this movie is spectacular, it's beautiful, it's breathtaking, and those are just 3 words out of the many positive adjectives that I can use to describe how astonishing. There's a 4th one right there of how amazing this movie looks. I am still mind blown at this movie's animation. Just, as you guys can clearly tell, I still cannot form the right sentence or the right words or a coherent sentence of how beautiful and how breathtaking the animation in this movie looked. Watching the animation in Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is like watching great art unfolding right in front of your eyes. The voice acting as well all around was absolutely terrific. Whether it's Shamik Moore, Haley Steinfeld, Oscar Isaac, Daniel Kaluuya, who, my god, Daniel Kaluuya is absolutely amazing in the film, Brian Tyree Henry. I can't single out a particular person because everybody is just that freaking good. In terms of the storytelling, Across the Spider-Verse packs in so much story, and somehow not at a single point does it feel overstuffed, that feels like there's way too much going on or just unfocused. Across the Spider-Verse somehow manages to tell a story that is so gigantic in terms of scope, but at the same time it still has at its core an emotional character piece not just about Miles Morales, but Gwen Stacy as well, and somehow how they managed to intertwine such a massive and ambitious scope of an animated movie with a great character piece at the center of it all is absolutely astonishing. There is a specific point in the movie, don't worry guys, no spoilers, but my jaw dropped for at least a couple of minutes. Like, I could not believe that the story of this film could not only be pulled off, but once again, still make it coherent, emotional, fun, thrilling, and by the end of the story, I want to be on the Spider-Verse immediately. I cannot freaking wait! Something else I gotta talk about, the action. Oh my god, guys! The action in Across the Spider-Verse. If you thought that the action in Into the Spider-Verse was great, believe me when I say this to you guys, the action in Across the Spider-Verse, I can't even describe how mind-blowing the action was. To say that the action in Across the Spider-Verse is thrilling and exhilarating are just one or two words that I'd use to describe. Just, it's breathtaking. That's all I'm going to say about that, because I can't think of enough adjectives to describe how much, I don't know with the storytelling, but how much the action just absolutely blew my brain into a million pieces. Neil Pepperton's score is absolutely incredible, and the moment that I can put this on vinyl on record, I'm doing it because I want the score that bad.
Well, that's just fucking great!
As far as my issues go, I only have one issue with this movie. The ending. No. Not the movie's ending. The fact that the film ended.
And here we go.
So overall, I have no words because my brain has been blown. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is absolutely incredible. I had some high, and I mean high expectations for this movie, and not only did this movie meet my expectations, it blew them out of the water. Not only do I need a second viewing of this movie ASAP, but I need Beyond the Spider-Verse right freaking now. I absolutely love Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. It will easily be in my favorite films of the year, and I am absolutely going to give Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse a 5 out of 5. If you have any free time, guys, if you haven't seen this movie yet, stop what you're doing, go to the movie theater right now, and get ready for one heck of a ride. Seriously, guys. I need to see this movie again. So comment down below and let me know. Have you guys seen Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse? What'd you all think of it? Let me know below. If you guys want to follow me on social media, I'm on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. I'm also on Twitch. So if you guys want to follow me on all those social media platforms, all the links in the usernames are in the description below. I hope you all enjoyed my review of Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. If so, please hit that like button, also subscribe, and don't forget that notification bell for my latest review goes live. If you guys want to see my previous 2 reviews, please click it right there or right there. And of course, when my next review or video goes live, I'll see you all next time.